I'm going to read you a book, children's book, Magic Tree House, Super Edition, One World at War, 1944, by Mary Pope. One summer day in the foggy Creek, Pennsylvania, a mystery tree house appeared in the woods. It was filled with books. A boy named Jack and his sister Anne found the treehouse, soon discovered that it was magic. They could go to any time and place in the history just by pointing to a picture in one of the books. While they were gone, no time at all passed back in the fog creek. Jack and Anne eventually found out that the treehouse belonged to Morgan Le Fay, a magical librarian from the legend of Camelot. There has since traveled on many adventures in the Magic Tree House and completed many missions for both Morgan Le Fay and her friends Merlin the Magic. Todd and Catherine, two young enchantments from Camelot, have something to help Jack and Anne in both big and small ways. Now Jack and Annie are about to receive an unsuspected call from help. Chapter 1. Jack and Annie shouted from the front yard. Jack woke up from his book, tired and soccer-y. He was laying on his bed, reading about volcanoes on Mars. Later afternoon, shadows stretched across his room. Jack! Jack stood up and crossed the window. Annie was standing by her bike. A towel was dabbed around her neck. Her hair was wet from swimming in the lake. She was looking up at the sky as if she was searching for someone. "What do you want?" Jack called through the screen. "Come down," she called. "Help me look." "Look for what?" said Jack. "Just come." "You won't believe it," said Anne. Jack sighted her, marked his place in his book, and went downstairs to the front porch. "This better be good," he said. "I was in the middle of a book." Annie was still looking up in the sky. "Where did he go?" she said. "Where did who go?" said Jack. Annie didn't answer. She walked to the edge of the yard and kept looking. "Oh, darn, I don't see him." "See who?" said Jack. "What are you talking about?" "The pigeon," said Anne. "You just stared Annie for a moment. "Seriously," he said. "You're looking for a pigeon?" "Yes." "You called me away from my book to see a pigeon?" said Jack. "Yes, help me find him." Annie said. Jack rolled his eyes and stepped into the yard. He looked upon at the hazel sky. "He was following me. He scooped down near my head," said Annie, still looking in every direction. "I don't see him now. Where could he have gone?" What's the big deal?" said Jack. "We see pigeons every day." "Not like this one," said Annie. "When I was getting on my bike at the lake, I heard a loud cooing. I looked up, and he was sitting on a branch, and he looked straight in my eyes. He was super intelligent, I could tell." "Are you sure you weren't out in the sun too long?" asked Jack. "I'm serious," said Annie. "He had those intense, staring eyes. I talked to him like I said hi, and then he took off. I thought, okay, so much for that. But then I started riding home, and he flew into the front of me, right across my path." "How do you know it was the same pigeon?" asked Jack. "I know he circled above me all the way home," said Annie. "He even scooped down a couple more times, but don't see him now." "I don't see him at all." Her voice trailed off as she looked up at the sky and around the yard. "Well, that's enough pigeon hunting for me. said Jack. "I'm heading back to my book." He turned to go inside. "Oh, I see him, and whispered Jack stopped where. There, Annie pointed to the plunge pigeon perched on the bird feeder that was hung from the maple tree. She stepped towards him. The pigeon didn't move. She stepped closer and closer. The bird still didn't move. "Oh, wow, Jack, you won't believe this. I didn't see it until now." "What, see what? See what?" said Jack. "Oh, wow," Annie whispered. Jack walked slowly towards Annie. When he reached her side, he stopped and stared at the bird, too. It was an ordinary-looking pigeon, small gray with black stripes on his wings, and green neck feathers. His amber-colored eyes stared at Jack. "Look at his legs," Anne whispered. Attached to one of the pigeon's spinal leg was a tiny red. "Ooh," whispered Jack. "I think he's carrying pigeons." "A carrying pigeon?" said Anne. "Yeah, they carry messages to people a long time," said Jack. "This used to be lots of them, but not anymore." "Why not?" Annie asked. "There's no need anymore," said Jack. "Now with technology like the internet and cell phones." The pigeon made a loud cooing sound. "Why, he followed you," said Jack. "And where he come from?" Anne took a deep breath. "I know where he came from," I said, figuring it out. She said, "Where?" Another time, said Annie. "The time before the internet and cell phones." Jack's heart skipped a beat. "You think I know," said Annie, "and the message is for us." She moved a step closer towards the pigeon, but the bird flapped his wings and took off in the feeder. Then he soared out in the yard and up the street, disappeared to the trees, the Frog Creek woods. "Let's go," cried Annie. "Wait, I'll get my backpack." Jack bolted into the house, grabbed his backpack from the hallway, and hurried outside. Jack and Anne raced up the sidewalk. They crossed the street and ran to the woods. As they waved in and out of the dark green shadows, and later the summer air smelled of sunny dried wood and falling pine needles. Birds called lazy from the treetops. Finally they stopped at the base of the tallest oak. "Of course," said Annie. She grabbed the rope ladder that dangled from the treetop and stared up. Jack followed, and the both scrambled inside the magic tree house. Golden sunlight lit the stack of books and the shiny shimmer in the floor. "Of course," said Jack. A soft cooing sound came from the window. "Carrying pigeons" was pacing on the windowsill. "Of course, million times," said Anne, laughed. "Don't fly away. I won't hurt you, I promise." The pigeon stopped pacing and stared at her with her amber eyes. "I can take that message from you now." Annie whispered, "If you don't mind." He doesn't mind," said Jack. "He's professional." "Right," said Anne. The pigeon was very still as Anne reached out and gently opened the lid of the red castor attached to his leg. She pulled out a tiny scroll. Then she snapped the lid shut, unrolled a piece of paper. Annie and Jack looked the written together. It wasn't a woman like Merlin or Morgan Le Fay's writing. It was the squirrel of the kid's handwriting. Jack looked at the signature. "It's from Teddy," he said. "Oh," said Annie. "What happened? Did he goof up again?" "I bet he did," said Jack. They both laughed. The patient source from Camelot often made them laugh. Sometimes he made big mistakes when he tried to do magic. Many of the mistakes were fun. but if you had been terrible. Annie read the letter aloud. Dear Jack and Anne, I sent Commando to find you. Commando Jack interrupted. The funny name of Camelot Pigeon. Yeah, well, it sounds like a tough army guy, Anne said. So keep reading. Catherine and I were working with the force of good one of the darkest hours of history. And we needed your help. Please come to Gasper, England right now. Your friend Teddy. I can't wait to see Teddy. And Catherine, said Annie. Yeah, said Jack. He was especially excited to see Catherine. A brilliant, beautiful young Tantrum from Camelot. But what does Teddy mean? One of the darkest hours of history? Annie shrugged. The Persian made a low cooing sound. Man wants us to hurry, said Annie. Okay, let's go, Jack said. He's another deep breath and pointed to the Raspberry. England on the tiny piece of paper. I wish we could go there. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. I spun fast and faster. Then everything was still. Obviously still. So that is it for chapter 1. Tomorrow we will start chapter 2. Thank you for listening.